FPL family, welcome back to another episode. I hope everyone out there is doing well and staying healthy. And in case you didn't realize it, season starts in about 2.5 weeks. So we're really close to our first deadline of the season. And let's get this out of the way for everyone asking. Sean, as a big Messi fan that you are you upset with Messi potentially leaving and all this going down with Barcelona's office? Honestly, I'm perfectly fine with all of this. I'm good. They come and they go, I don't even care, man. It's good, dude. It is what it is. So for today's video, we're going to be breaking down the best 6.5 million or less strikers to add to your squad. Now, let's face it, with so many good premium players out there and a budget of only 100 mil, a statement I honestly thought I would never say in my life, you're almost forced to have a couple of these, or at least one 6 million pound player in your squad. And hopefully through this video, we'll be able to find, if we're lucky, the next Pookie or even Danny Ings, and stay away from Sean the Dons, who I'll admit one season got more yellows than I did goals. Different story, different day. So in my videos, I like to have a couple players on my watch list so that we can keep an eye on them as the season progresses. And the first one's going to be Iheanacho from Leicester. Quick shout out to anyone watching from Nigeria, Bawani. Now, in my opinion, I think he is a really good player, but of course he's behind Jamie Vardy, who will one day have a statue for Leicester. But the question is Jamie Vardy going to be playing game in and game out? Because he is getting older, and there are talks of Iheanacho potentially being transferred out. And if he does transfer out to another squad and stay in the Premier League, at 6 mil, he could be a steal. Now, when I was diving into the stats, I'm not trying to say that he is better than Jamie Vardy, but what I am saying is that this is how good I think that Iheanacho is. When it came down to shots per 90, without counting pens, goals plus assists per 90, and expected goals and assists per 90, again, not counting pens, Iheanacho was better than Vardy in all of those categories. In fact, he had a .75 goal involvement per 90 minutes. Those are big numbers from a striker who's only 6 million. Now, again, we're going to have to wait and see what happens to him. If he's going to stay at Leicester, is he going to get consistent playing time? And if he does, then it's time to add him to our squad. Until then, let's just keep an eye out for him. So the second person I'm going to have on my watch list is going to be the New Zealand striker, Chris Wood from Burnley. Now, I look at his numbers. This dude has been Mr. Consistent over the past 3 seasons in the Prem, averaging about 11 goals per season, scoring no less than 10. So you put this guy in your squad, you know that he's going to get about 12 goals this year. The problem for me is, one, he doesn't get too many assists. But again, I'll throw that to the side if he gets 14 goals like he did last year. But he also only takes like 2 shots per game, which is lower than I would want for my striker. And you look at his schedule, he blanks in game week 1, which definitely isn't good. Then he has Leicester and Southampton. It's not a favorable schedule for him. But again, if you're looking for a 6.5 striker to add to your squad and kind of keep for the long haul, while you can make other transfers bringing in City and United strikers, Chris Wood could be that guy. He could be a great enabler, and again, you're probably going to get about 12 goals from him this season. So first up on the list is going to be arguably the MVP since play resumed last season, and Antonio from West Ham. Now, after play resumed, this dude caught fire. I'm talking 8 goals in 9 matches. And yes, I know 4 of them were against Norwich, which I don't want to just throw that under the table because that is huge. But he also scored against Chelsea United, so he did score against top clubs as well. In fact, if you look at the whole season when he played, he had great underlying stats the whole time. We're talking 3.4 shots per 90 the whole season, which is about the same as he did after the break. He actually had the highest expected goal per 90 out of any midfielder that he was classified last year, like 0.65 if I'm not mistaken. He was great all season. It was just he was healthy after play resumed. Now, the hardest part for me is I want to put him high on this list and say that he is a great add, but you look at how hard his schedule is, I can't justify bringing him into my squad right now. But if you're looking for like a 1-week punt, maybe someone to hold the place so you could bring in Martial in game week 2, Antonio could be great because he's playing Newcastle. I could see him feasting and getting maybe 1 or 2 goals in the first game week for sure. Next up on the list is going to be Brewster from Liverpool, for the time being. It sounds like this kid may be going on loan to Sheffield, and if he does, 4.5 million is a steal. I talked to Liverpool fans, and they say they have high hopes for this guy's future. Apparently, he is a great finisher. Last season, he had 11 goals in 22 matches for Swansea, so he has proven that he can score. But my problem with him is that if he does go to Sheffield scored like the 5th fewest goals in the Prem last season. But again, you think on the positive side, that means that if he scores, he's going to get 3 bonus points. Because again, this channel, we're here to stay positive, right? So he had 0.54 goals or assists per 90 last season, which is phenomenal for someone who is only 4.5. Now, if he does go to Sheffield, his schedule is very favorable right off the bat. You're going to have Wolves, Aston Villa, and Leeds. Wolves being the trickiest situation, of course. Now, I was talking to a Sheffield supporter who I'll have to drop his Twitter name down low in the description. And I was talking to him of if Brewster does go there, is he going to get much playing time? Is he going to start right away? And it sounds like he's going to have to earn his spot if he does go on loan. So don't expect him that if he does go to Sheffield, that he is automatically in that starting lineup and he's going to start consistently. He's going to have to earn his way and get some playing time, and hopefully he can get there quicker and we can have a 4.5 million striker who is starting, which is a blessing. Next up is going to be the ever popular, about 30% owned right now, in Mitrovic from Fulham. Now, there's a lot of hype about this guy, and honestly, I see why. Great rhyme, Sean, thank you. Now, he scored 26 goals last season in the championship, and even more than that, he has proven that he can score in the Prem. He scored 11 goals while he was there. In fact, he had about 3.4 shots per 90 while he was playing in the Prem 2 seasons ago. So it has shown that he can score at this level. And at only $6 million, you could be getting somebody who can get off to a fast start. If we look at his schedule, he plays Arsenal, which is tough, but then he goes to Leeds and Aston Villa. I could easily see him scoring 1 goal or 2 goals in that time span. Now, as far as the eye test goes, I haven't been able to watch him because let's be honest, in America, it's hard enough to find a Premiership game to watch, let alone a Championship game. So I had to go onto YouTube and I watched his film last night, and it seemed, correct me if I'm wrong, Fulham fans, but it seemed that most of his goals came off of crosses, which at first I was a little put off by, but I think that is perfect for him in his situation right now. Because Fulham aren't the type of squad that are going to be very tiki-taka and break down teams with passing. It seems like they're going to be the type of squad that goes down the wings and swings in crosses. If that's the case, Mitrovic has shown that he can make good runs off the ball and be a good finisher in the box. And at $6 million, I think he could be a good price and get off to a good start. Next up on the list is probably going to be my favorite out of them all, and Che Adams from Southampton. Now, the biggest concern with him is that is he going to start and get consistent time right off the bat or not? In my opinion, based on how he looked after play resumed, I think it's going to be a matter of when, not if, he gets a starting role alongside Danny Ings. Now, we look at how he played after play resumed. He actually had more shots per 90 than Ings did. I'm not saying he's better than Danny Ings, but what I'm saying is he has a great opportunity to have a good season. He had 4 goals since a restart. In fact, Che Adams is in a position where he's almost like the movie Hangover, right? There's a lot of good characters outside of him, with Danny Ings most likely being Ken Jeong, the best out of them all. But in my opinion, Che Adams has Danny Ings, he has Nathan Redmond, who I think is underrated. He has Armstrong, a lot of guys who can create for him. Hopefully Kyle Walker-Peters can be that level. And when you play in a 4-4-2, whenever you have a guy, a counter striker, who makes great runs, is able to take center back away from their position like Danny Ings does, it gives you great opportunity for some goals. That is a position Che Adams is in. Now, he has had a record in the past. In fact, he scored 22 goals for Birmingham. Sorry if I said it wrong, I'm American. But even with 22 goals, Birmingham still didn't retire his number. Now, if we look at his run of fixtures, he has a great 8 game weeks lined up for him, which gives him a great opportunity for him to score. So if you're looking at someone with a high ceiling and are willing to take a great risk, Che Adams could be a great pick. So that was my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. That would be beautiful. And more importantly, please take some time out of your day-to-day to make someone smile. If you're interested in a mini league, there will be a code in the description. And let's have a great season. Have a great weekend. Don out.